Musician Monday, Al Green. Happy birthday, Al. Now, Al. He is an Aries. Today is his birthday, and Al was kind of wild, especially when it came to paying people their money or knocking the hell out of them women. Let's get started. So Al Green was born April the 13th, 1946 in Forest City, Arkansas. He was the sixth of 10 children born to sharecroppers. Now, Al started a little family group where he was performing with his siblings and they was doing gospel. But at a young teenage age, his religious street father didn't play that, and he kicked Al out of the house because Al liked to listen to Jackie Wilson, my bad. Now, Al said he loved the gospel. He loved to hear those hymns, but he did like the doo-wop, bebop, shoo-doo. That was his thing. Now, Al is an American singer, songwriter, producer, and a pastor. He best known for his soul hits and all of his big hits going on in the 70s. He became an ordained preacher, pastor, in the 80s, and he began doing gospel music and preaching the word due to unforeseen circumstances, but we're going to get on down the line with that. Now, Al was finding his way. He had started a band in 1966. He dropped the E off of the last name Green, and he was trying to move his way through Hollywood, or the show business, as well as music, rather. Al, he had this thing to where he loved him some Jackie Wilson. Jackie Wilson, y'all, what's wrong with me? Sam Cooke, Wilson Pickett, all of those type of people. He was trying to sound like them. But he was pulled aside by a vocal coach who coached him into sounding of his own because he had a great voice and he wanted him to have his own rhythm and blues. Now, y'all know some of Al hits. I'm so tired of being alone. How can you mend a broken heart? Call me. And of course, love and happiness. Al had them vocals that just made you want to drop them panties, y'all ladies, okay? So ladies, this is probably why they were having so many problems with him. Now, his Let's Stay Together album, oh yes, it was rocking. Hit the 100 billboards, constantly rising on the R&B charts. Green was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1995. He also won 11 Grammy Awards, including the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. He was included in the Rolling Stone Greatest Musicians of All Time, and he was considered to be number 65 out of 100. Now, Al started dropping a lot of hits and moving around in Memphis, Tennessee, where he put a lot of soul on the charts there, and he made a lot of music. He also started to reside there later in life once he went on his missionary. Now, as for Al could get a little crunk up, it say, because Al will beat you up. He did not play that. Al was accused sometime of not paying people their money, and typical Aries bully style, Al will get on your ass about what he did not do right. With this wonderful smile here, we know Al did not play any games. There has been threats and altercations of many women, including the suicide or unaliving of one woman who he was dating, beknownst not to being married. Al was known to beat your ass up if you come in to talk about, oh, you owe me some money. Al said, I don't owe your ass shit. Now get the fuck out my face. Too Hot to Try to show you what he got. Them grits hit Al and made it stick in places that gave him second-degree burns due to a lady he was dating. Now, on October 18, 1974, his girlfriend Mary Woodson assaulted him with them grits while they was in the bathroom. She was getting mad because Al didn't want to marry her, but guess what? Mary was already married with 3 kids. Y'all, she had to love herself some Al because she got deep with it. This is not a joke, but we talking. But old sexy playboy Al thought it was a game, okay? She threw them grits. She took his 38 handgun, went into the bathroom, unalived herself due to not being able to have what she wanted. She wanted this man so bad. And I remember seeing Al on the cover of this album. I think this is The Tired of Being Alone. album right here, and I was like, look at Al, look at him. He had them ladies hooked. Now, condolences to Mary and what she had to go through in her family, the tragedy of that. But that took a great turn into Al's life, which sent him into the missionary of gospel. After suffering those second-degree burns, Al wanted to change his life, and who wouldn't? But the crazy thing is, a few days after being released from the hospital, somebody here, Al at pew pew point, talking about money. Now, this ain't like Al didn't want to pay nobody no money. I don't know, but you know. I don't know. Al decided to drop the charges. He was too weak for that. He was like, you know what? I don't even care no more. I'm giving my life over to God. Now, in 1976, Al, he committed himself to the Full Life Tabernacle Church of God in Memphis, where he was residing in Milton, which is near Memphis. He is also a part of the French Hall Masons, the Freemasons, and the 30-degree Masons. Now, in June 1977, Al married his first wife, whose name was Shirley, and they had 3 children together during the span of them being together, up from 1977 all the way up to 1983, when their divorce was finally final. But throughout it all, Al had 7 kids in all, and 3 by his wife. It was said that he did get remarried again in the 90s. Now, with his wife's accusation, Shirley said that she feared her life a lot in the relationship with Al, and Al was very abusive to her. She was separating a lot from him due to the abuse getting worse and worse. Al denied it, and he would say that he wasn't as bad as she was making it seem, and she was even countersuing her, saying that she was being abusive in the relationship too. But finally, when the divorce was final in 1983 in court, he finally did admit that he struck her, but he did not want to admit that he was actually abusive towards her. They divorced in 1983, and he had to pay her over $400,000 in alimony and child support. And Shirley felt confident enough to come free with the situation about what Al was doing to her in their relationship after she seen the situation with Nicole Simpson Brown and how everything went about there. But like I said, there was many civil suits when it came to domestic violence against women. And not just women, men. Now, don't forget there's an Aries now. He gonna fight anybody. But Al was having charges after charges because people was claiming that he was either bullying them, not paying their money. They would confront him. He was just beating them up. But nothing never stuck with Al. Even though he would get charges, but they would never fall through, or they would never be in a court, but nobody would show up. Now, what y'all think? Al was bullying them up out of that shit too? Ooh, that voice didn't sound that damn good for no reason. As of today, Al is staying in the Memphis, Tennessee area, near Millington, Tennessee as well, where he is still servicing the Full Gospel Tabernacle Church, where in Memphis, to where he is still serving God, giving his life to God, and doing greater things for himself.